And a happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is the 20th of April, 2021. Filling in for Dan Kuntz, I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. Dan under the weather, and so we're giving him the week off, so I'm going to be here all week long here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Coming up on the morning program today, there's a special event coming up Saturday here in the Wenatchee Valley, although it is changed from previous years. The Walk MS program is this Saturday. We're going to talk to Pat Quinn-Williams, who is the volunteer coordinator, about that and how it is different this year. Of course, COVID-19 has something to do with that. Speaking of COVID-19, we'll have more on the latest on that coming up in our newscast this morning. Sports news, how about those Mariners knocking off the Dodgers last night? And any wife will tell you that it's dangerous to leave your husband alone in any aisle in the grocery store, especially if it has anything to do with baked goods. I'll tell you more about that coming up a little bit later on this morning here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. But before we do anything, let's take a look outside. Oh my gosh. I swear we should just leave this for an hour and just watch that sun slowly rise in the east. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely, it's not even fair. It's not even fair. If you ever wanted anybody to move to the Wenatchee Valley, then you bring them here this time of year and you put them out on a chair somewhere and just look at this view. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. The hills green with spring. Our, of course, Valley View cameras brought to you by Skyfi Wireless Network, thanks to LocalTel. And good morning, Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Not a breath of wind this morning to stir the Columbia River as it silently slumbers betwixt our valley. All right, camera two, who are we going to say hello to this morning on camera two? I know that's the Columbia. I just don't know where. Oh, we're looking up towards Orondo, aren't we? Okay, that's what is that? The Rock, the Orondo Rock. Up to the right, in the shadows still of the Highlands, I guess you could say, is Orondo and the Columbia River. Look at that. Not a breath of wind and just absolutely glassy still this morning. Great morning if you wanted to get out on the loop trail and take a walk. All right, camera three will take us to... we are looking down upon... hold on, don't tell me. Is that Kashmir? Oh, it's the monitor camera. Okay, all right. So, yes, Kashmir. Yes, all right, that's what we're looking at. Just thrown off a little bit by the shadows here this morning with our sun rising. You can see off to the left there, and in the distance, the blossoms are out. Now, normally, of course, Apple Blossom Festival would begin about now. We'd have food in the park and things like that, but that's been set back to June. So in the meantime, we just enjoy the blossoms. And good morning to Kashmir and the upper Wenatchee Valley. All right, so camera four will take us to Lake Chelan, looking across Wapato Point and Manson this morning as they rise and shine, and it looks like a gorgeous day to maybe do some fishing up at Lake Chelan as well. Kokanee abound in Lake Chelan right now, and if you know anything about fishing, kokanee is fantastic food fare. Thanks to Skyfi Wireless Network for providing us our Valley View cameras this morning. As far as the forecast is concerned, yes, we have more of the lovely weather ahead. Today, sunny skies and 72 are expected high today. By the way, we got up to 63 yesterday. I thought we'd get warmer than that the way the morning started. But no, just a little bit of cold air kept here in north central Washington. The overnight low was 37, so I live up by the airport and heard the wind machines going off all night long. So, yeah, they're worried about the blossoms. Normally this time of year, 63 is our high, so we hit it pinpoint yesterday. 41, the normal low. Records for today, 86 in 2016 was our record high. 27, the record low in 1961. Boy, I'll bet that raised havoc with the crops. Sun rose this morning earlier at 6:02. It'll set tonight at 7:58, rise tomorrow morning at 6:01, and set at 7:59. But there you go with our forecast. Looking great until the weekend with some showers coming up. Megan, can we put that back up so I can take a look at that again? 72 today, 78 tomorrow, going to be our warmest day of the work week. And then things kind of cool down a little bit by Friday. Friday night, some clouds moving in with a chance of rain overnight on Friday. 40% chance of rain now on Saturday with a cooler high of 63, cloudy and rainy on Sunday. And then we'll get some lingering clouds and showers on Monday morning as we head into next week. Not good news for race fans if you're heading to the Super Oval this weekend. But usually, that 30 to 40% chance of rain means probably more dry than rain. It might shower off and on, but I doubt it'll cause too much havoc for things happening at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. It is a chilly one this morning. We're off to a 36-degree start here in downtown Wenatchee as we check your forecast here on the NCW Life Channel and Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And as we wake up and rise and shine, we've got the morning slurp on the way. Look at the obscure holiday. We're going to have some fun with that one. And Mike McNutty with his opinion. It's all straight ahead here on the morning program for a Tuesday. As I fill in for Dan Kuntz, we'll be right back with news right after this.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, wheels, and brakes. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
It's the huge grand opening of Click It RV in Moses Lake. Click It RV and the RV manufacturers have joined together to offer huge incentives and savings.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Everything is coming up zero, with zero down, zero payments for 90 days, zero worries, lifetime warranty, and zero for a solar panel with any RV purchase. It's a 000 grand opening going on now at Click It RV in Moses Lake. And get into Click It RV for parts, service, new and used during this huge grand opening sale.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
7 minutes past the hour here on a Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the 20th of April, 2021. Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Kuntz with your latest local news. We have clear skies and 36 degrees this morning. The man who served as Chelan County's prosecuting attorney for 9 years will retire next month. Doug Shea has held the elected office since 2012 and before that spent 24 years as a chief deputy prosecutor. Shea announced he'll step aside May 31st. He was elected as a Republican under the state constitution. Chelan County commissioners must appoint the new prosecutor from a list of candidates put forward by the retiring prosecutor's party. Anyone appointed to the seats must run to retain the office in 2022. Well, the State House of Representatives returns to session tomorrow morning. Actually, they returned this morning. High on its agenda, the proposal for a state capital gains tax, which passed the Senate last month and got through a key House committee on Friday. If approved and signed by the governor, the bill would tax the sale of some stocks and bonds at 7% rate on sales valued over $250,000. Opponents say it's equivalent to an income tax, which is considered unconstitutional under Washington law. They promise to challenge the bill in court if it's enacted. Well, a new deal with a private landowner will keep almost 2,500 acres in Douglas County safe for sage grouse and other animal species. The Chelan Douglas Land Trust announced Friday it's struck a conservation easement with a Badger Mountain ranch owner to help manage his property for cattle grazing as well as wildlife health. The sage grouse has lost much of its Washington habitat, and its remaining population is primarily in Douglas County and mostly on private-owned lands. The Land Trust says private easements like this one help keep agriculture in balance with the local ecosystem. Well, new hours of operation start this week at the Town Toyota Center's mass vaccination site. The center was closed yesterday, but starting today, it will operate every Tuesday through Saturday, offering COVID-19 shots to those who just can't make it during the regular work week. The new hours start at 11 o'clock this morning and run through Thursday at 9 a.m., Friday and Saturday. You can make your appointment at the website or phone number shown on your screen. National Guard medics there are dispensing the Pfizer vaccine, which is approved for recipients as young as 16 years of age. Well, friends are raising money to help a Quincy family whose 8-year-old child died earlier this month in a California vehicle accident. Angel Alvarez Gonzalez was fatally injured in the April 2nd crash near Santanella, about halfway between San Francisco and San Jose. Angel's mother, Garamina, was driving and apparently lost control of the car on I-5, traveling across the median and into the oncoming lanes. Angel died when the car was struck by an SUV. His two siblings were also seriously injured. You can make donations to help the family's funeral and medical expenses at the web address on your screen. Well, a Medhow Valley woman was nearly at the end of a 1,500-mile road trip when she carried out a heroic rescue. 39-year-old Candace Burt of Twisp came upon a one-car rollover in rural Grant County Saturday morning with the driver trapped inside and the car on fire. Candace called 911 and pulled the driver from the wreck just before the vehicle went up in flames. The fire was so hot, one of her shoes was destroyed. She told NCW Life the story yesterday in her own words.
I kind of saw something off the side of the road, and the vehicle itself was maybe 10 feet off the road on its side, and which I figured out once I turned the car around. But I saw something strange in like some lights, and so I looked in like the rear view mirror, and it looked like a fire. And I just immediately thought, is that an accident? And I turned the car around, thinking, I need to get ready to call 911. I couldn't see into the car because it was filled with smoke, and there was fire in the grass around it and on the underside of the car, which was actually facing, because it was on its passenger side, like fully on its side. The fire was kind of around the tire. I approached the vehicle at a running pace with 911 on the phone and was pounding kind of on it and trying to figure out, I didn't know what kind of car this was. It caught me by so much surprise. I was trying to figure out where the doors were. So I was trying to pull and get the top door open, but I could see it had been crushed in. The car had rolled or something, and so the door was crushed in enough that it didn't even budge. Once I couldn't get in the top door, I realized there was a sunroof. I got my fingers underneath that sunroof and just started pulling on it as hard as I could, and it eventually snapped. And that's when I saw him hanging from his seatbelt. Once I got him out, his leg and his boot were flaming on fire, and so I was kicking. I felt kind of bad, but I guess that's the only thing you can really do, in that moment, is kind of kick and put out the fire on his leg. I just think that we have to keep our eyes open, and, we have to be willing to help out people we don't know in really horrible situations. It's really important for us to do what we can, for other people whenever we can. And in this case, stopping and calling 911 and trying to help. There's not really any other choice, though.
Simply incredible story. State Trooper John Bryant says the driver in the crash, 31-year-old Sean Haggerty of Moses Lake, suffered burns to his leg and right torso, but was treated and released from Columbia Basin Hospital in Ephrata. He faces a charge of DUI. Candace is the founder of Destination Trail, which creates and organizes trail running events throughout the West and Northwest. She was headed back from a major ultra running competition in Arizona when she encountered the crash. Congratulations to Candace. Wow, way to make a huge difference in saving a life, that's for sure. It's 14 minutes past the hour here at Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Of course, we have more local news coming up tonight, and Grant Olson has a little preview for us. Grant?
Thank you, and good morning, Eric. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, a new roundabout is coming to a Wenatchee neighborhood near you. We'll tell you where. I'll have your beautiful weather forecast for the rest of the week with possibly rain by this weekend. And in sports, Eric, you will have more on the Mariners-Dodgers game yesterday at Safeco, as well as a look at this afternoon's matchup. That and all the day's news stories coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Eric?
Thank you much, Grant. Also, we received a late notification here from the newsroom, or in the newsroom yesterday afternoon, about the announced retirement of the director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Don Davies. So we'll have more on that coming up in our news tonight. If you have information that we should pass along that you'd like to share with us, you can do so here with various sources on the bottom of your screen. You can call us at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. You can email us directly at news@ncwlife.com. And the great thing about that is that it goes to several different people in the newsroom, including yours truly. So you can email us there. You can also reach out to us directly through our Facebook page. Just do a little search on NCW Life on Facebook, and hopefully you'll like us and follow us while you're there. Still to come here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Again, second half of the program, we'll visit with Pat Quinn-Williams. Had a chance to head up to Omi Gardens yesterday and spend some time with Pat to talk about the weekend's Walk MS Wenatchee. That's coming up on Saturday, so hold on for that. Also, sports news. Grant mentioned the Dodgers and the Mariners, and what a game it was. I've got details next on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for a Tuesday.
Are you ready to freshen up your home? Boswell's expansive 2-story showroom is filled with high-quality furniture that's always discounted to give you their best price every day. Boswell's is receiving new furniture deliveries each week, so you'll be sure to find just what you need for your home without the wait. Complimentary design assistance and free local delivery. Superior customer service and the best value for your money. Start at Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. Looking for great food that's also an experience? Come on out to Blueberry Hills in Manson. Open year-round and named one of the top 4 restaurants in the state worth the drive for breakfast by the Seattle Times. Serving down-home scratch country cooking with huge portions at family-friendly prices. Great food and a fun experience for the whole family, and definitely worth the drive. For more information, check our website at wildaboutberries.com.
A little chilly on this Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. 36 degrees outside our studios as we wander through the 7 o'clock hour. At 17 minutes past the hour, in time for sports news. In for Dan Kuntz, I'm Eric Granstrom. Well, the Mariners were tasked with taking on one of the best teams in Major League Baseball on Monday, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Seattle certainly up to the challenge. Seattle got home runs from Taylor Trammell and Jose Marmoleos in a 4-3 victory with only 9 hits combined between the two teams. The highlights from T-Mobile Park last night.
They've only scored 2 runs in their first 16 games in the first.
Francis aboard with the game's first hit, a 1-out single.
1 on and 2 outs. Bring up left fielder Jose Marmoleos. Marmoleos a swing and a drive deep to right field. This one is going to be gone. Goodbye baseball. Line drive, home run into the lower deck. How in the world? You got any laundry?
Doubling their first inning run total for the year with that one swing.
Here's center fielder Taylor Trammell. Here's a swing and a drive deep into the gap in left center field, and this one is going and goodbye baseball. Taylor Trammell with an opposite field home run out to the pen. And the Mariners now lead the Dodgers by a score of 3-0.
Offensive numbers not very good since Mookie came back from missing a few days with the back. 4 for 22 in that time. Bat slashes it to right center. Trammell on the move. Won't get there. Extra bases for Bats. A 2-out double here in the third.
Nobody ever mentions the reverse jinx when you talk about a guy who's struggling and then he gets a double.
It gives Corey Seager a 2-out chance and a 3-0 game here in the third.
How about the Seager brothers? It's always a great story when these two clubs get together for interleague play. And in a game last year, they both hit a home run.
Seager grounded out his first time, below 180 over his last 10. Hits this one well. Back to center field. Trammell to the wall. It's gone. He jumps on the first pitch and hammers a 2-run shot. And it's 3-2 with a little 2-out burst.
So leadoff walk to Taylor, and now the Dodgers have the tying run aboard. That'll bring up left fielder A.J. Pollock. Swung on, little pop-up behind first base down the right field line. White going back, dives, and he makes the catch. Oh, my goodness. What a play by Evan White. He didn't give up on it. And he makes a basket catch over his shoulder. What a play by Evan White. 1 out for the Dodgers here in the top of the 4th, and that kid can do it all with a glove.
Well, Chris Taylor had a beat on the baseball and just did not make the play.
The Mariners have a man aboard with 2 outs.
This inning's kept alive for Trammell.
Torrens goes, 3-2 pitch, swung on, line drive, base hit down the right field line and toward the corner. Sliding and safe at home is Luis Torrens. And the Mariners now lead the Dodgers 4-2.
So the Taylor error turns into another run. Ty France came out and took a couple ground balls, made a couple throws, and said this ain't happening after getting hit by that 98-mile-per-hour fastball right in the forearm. So the Mariners will get a new third baseman.
Hopefully it isn't anything serious.
2 on, 2 out in a 2-run game. They're going to leave Sheffield on at least one more hitter here with the left-handed batting McKinstry climbing in. McKinstry has been a lefty killer. It's a liner to center. In front of Trammell, base hit. Turner's headed home. It's 4-3. Zach McKinstry comes through yet again.
And that's going to do it for Sheffield. He's not going to survive the 6th.
Seagram bats aboard.
Mariner bullpen has been nails, and they're trying to keep that run going.
It's up to Will Smith.
Swung on and hit. Oh, what a catch! A diving, leaping catch by Dylan Moore. Inning over.
And an inning-saving and perhaps lead-saving catch.
So to the 9th inning we go, and Rafael Montero, who has 2 saves but has also blown 3 saves over his first 8 games. Tying run reaches as Rios draws the walk. And now Betts, who is 2 for 4 tonight. 1-2 again. Oh no.
Very similar to an area that Ty France was hit on the underside of the right forearm area.
Mookie's still in the game, and so are the Dodgers. 4-3, 9th inning. Corey Seager comes up.
Swinging a ground ball to the second baseman, Haggerty. Over to second for 1, the relay to first. The ball game is over. Holy smokes, the double play ends it, and the Mariners hang on.
How about that? Justice Sheffield worked 5 2/3 innings for the win, allowing 3 runs on 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Seattle's bullpen of Vest, Mishevitz, Graveman, and Montero were once again superb, allowing no runs, just 1 hit over the final 3 1/3 with 3 strikeouts. Manager Scott Service all smiles after the ball game as Seattle won its 5th out of its last 6 games.
Again, everybody contributed. Big night, their defensive and pitching, and I still can't believe the ball Marmo hit went out. About 114 or whatever somebody said off the bat, and for that ball to get out, really nice night for Taylor Trammell as well. He had seen Dustin May before a little bit, I think at the minor leagues at some point. Talking to him before the game, he felt good about it tonight, and he certainly showed it. No fear there. Dustin May's got really good stuff, and Taylor was on him all night tonight. So nice win. Everybody contributed. Big night for our bullpen and pitching staff again.
Seattle and LA play a getaway game today at 1:10 at T-Mobile Park. Marco Gonzalez facing Julio Urias. The rest of the American League West on Monday. Texas exploded for 5 runs in the 6th inning in a 6-4 win over the Angels. Los Angeles committed 3 errors in the game, 2 of which in that 6th. Oakland, Minnesota were postponed due to COVID-19 and will make it up as part of a doubleheader today. Seattle enjoys a 1.5 lead in the American League West over LA and Oakland. Well, we have our first baseball game on the NCW Life Channel since the spring of 2019 today. There you see it. Wenatchee hosts Eastmont Recreation Park this afternoon at 4:30. Joel Nerman will have our play-by-play, which will be live streamed on Facebook at 4:30, tape delayed on TV at 7 o'clock tonight. Also on tap today at 4:30, there is more baseball. Ephrata at Moses Lake. Cascade hosts Omak. Kashmir welcomes Walook. Brewster's in Chelan. Quincy hosts Liberty Bell. And Okanagan takes on Lake Roosevelt. On the softball diamonds this afternoon at 4 o'clock, Bridgeport travels to Soap Lake and Tonasket visits Elmira Cooley Heartline. Then at 4:30, it's Cascade at Quincy. Chelan hosts Royal. Omak travels to Oroville. Brewster hosts Lake Roosevelt. Okanagan visits Pateros, and Kashmir plays at Walook at 5 o'clock. Finally, boys soccer today. Manson travels to Brewster. Liberty Bell hosts Pateros, and Oroville visits Tonasket. Those all start at 4. Then at 7 o'clock tonight, Eastmont hosts Quincy. Chelan travels to Wenatchee, and Moses Lake entertains Cascade. That's a look at sports news at 24 minutes past the hour here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for a Tuesday, the 20th day of April 2021. Before we get too far into our obscure holiday, as well as this day in history and celebrity birthdays, we have to do the morning slurp. And for me, I really need the morning slurp this morning. So join me, grab your cup of Joe, whatever it is you have, and let's do that morning slurp for a Tuesday. Okay. That's better. That's better. I was mentioning this earlier. that my wife and I have this strange date night. Yeah, that's what happens when you're in your 50s, is that date night is now a trip to the grocery store. So anytime you go to the grocery store, it's always dangerous to leave one or the other alone at any point in the grocery store, especially for men. You know, you leave us somewhere, and ladies, you know it's going to be trouble. It was trouble for my wife here over the weekend. Let's take a look at this video. All right, anybody that knows me knows I'm a fan of food. I mean, you don't get this size without being a fan of food. So we're shopping, doing our Sunday date at Winco the other night, and Marion says, okay, hold on right there, I'll be right back. Well, she had me hold on right there next to a box for Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. I mean, really? I'm just supposed to stand here and not grab the box of Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. Well, of course I did. And this is an homage to my brother Sean, who would come visit me when I lived in the Tri-Cities, and we would go to the boat races, and then after the boat races we would go to Red Lobster, and we would have an ice cold beer with some Cheddar Bay biscuits. Oh, mamacita. Here we go. Oh gosh, I can hardly stand it. Yeah, they were good. I brought one in this morning. It was, I think, the last one left. Megan, you haven't had that yet, have you? Not yet. Okay. I would recommend that you nuke it in the microwave for like 10 seconds, something like that, and just warm it up just a little bit. And yeah, you don't have to have the beer with it, but it's, you know, that when I was first introduced to the Cheddar Bay biscuit at Red Lobster, it was in the Tri-Cities during the hydroplane races, and we had a couple of cold beverages to go with it. And simple things in life, right? And by the way, the mix tastes pretty much just like the what you get at the restaurant, so not too bad. All right, 20th of April. I keep wanting to jump to the 21st for whatever reason, but 20th of April, obscure holiday. We had a choice from Chinese Language Day, Volunteer Recognition Day. Instead, it's National Lookalike Day. Today is the day to celebrate your doppelganger. In fiction and mythology, a doppelganger is often portrayed as a ghostly or paranormal phenomenon, usually seen as a harbinger of bad luck. Other traditions and stories equate a doppelganger with an evil twin. In modern times, the term twin stranger is occasionally used. The word doppelganger is often used in more general and neutral sense, and in slang to describe any person who physically resembles another person. Now, I was able to do a little research and find some lookalikes for our staff here at the NCW Life Channel. So first of all, we have Megan. So there's Megan on the left, and on the right is, well, she is Sarah Romer. Now, Megan immediately, she goes, who's that? Well, she was an actress that was in a lot of movies back in the mid-2000s, early 2000s, and she was opposite Shia LaBeouf's character in Disturbia. She was in The Grudge 2, co-starred in Falling Up. She married in 2015, has since had a son and a daughter, so she's a mama now. But there you go, Megan McPherson and Sarah Romer. I think they look a lot alike. Okay, next up, we'll go to Uriah Darby. Make that Uriah MacGyver Darby here on the left. And of course, Uriah produces our evening news here on the NCW Life Channel. He's a master of all things, anything mechanical, by the way. If you ever have a problem with something mechanical, your car, your diesel truck, your generator, whatever the case is, Uriah can fix it for you, or he'll figure out how to do it. He's on the left of the screen there. On the right of the screen, I don't know if you've ever seen the Diesel Brothers on on the Discovery Channel, but I think Uriah looks a lot like Dave Heavy D Sparks from Diesel Brothers. Okay, now Grant Olson, I think, looks a lot like George Clooney. Megan's laughing in the control room. You don't think so, Megan? No? Uh-oh, Grant. So you got Grant on the left there, of course, our anchor for the evening news here on the NCW Life Channel, and then Mr. Clooney on the right. I don't know, you put Grant in a tux. I think they're lookalikes. And then I've been told I look a little like Garth Brooks. I don't know about that. Garth, of course, calls himself the country chunk, and I refer to myself as perfect face for radios. So there you go. It's National Look-alike Day. Who do you look like? Send us your pictures, and we can compare them here on the NCW Live channel. Today is the 20th of April. On this day in history, 1777, New York adopts its state constitution that included the declaration of the possibility of a reconciliation between Britain and its former colonies remote and uncertain, thus making the creation of a new New York, say that 6 times fast, government necessary. So they were just basically saying, yeah, that whole revolutionary thing, I think it's going to stick, so we better figure things out for ourselves. New York adopts its state constitution on this date in 1777. 1871, U.S. Congress passed the Third Force Act, popularly known as the Ku Klux Act, authorizing President Ulysses S. Grant to declare martial law, impose heavy penalties against terrorist organizations, and use military force to suppress the Ku Klux Klan. Good idea. Also on this date in 1971, U.S. Supreme Court unanimously declares busing for purposes of desegregation to be constitutional. The decision of Swan versus Charlotte Mecklenburg Board of Education settled the constitutional question and allowed the widespread implementation of busing, which remained controversial over the next decade. The Brown versus Board of Education decision in 1954 banning racial segregation did not end the problem. Many previously segregated schools in the South remained desegregated in name only through the 50s and 60s. Many city governments, in fact, closed schools that were likely to become racially mixed and built new ones in more homogeneous areas, creating new schools that more effectively segregated in order to avoid integrating old ones. So they figured, all right, here's how we fix that. We put them on a bus and we send them to the schools to mix things up. And that was on this date in 1971. Birthdays today. Napoleon was born on this day. Charles Louis Napoleon Bonaparte. Now, this was not the bad Napoleon. This was somewhat a better Napoleon. He was born on this date in 1801. This is Napoleon III, by the way. He's the first president of France from 1848 to 1952, then emperor of the French from 1852 to 1970. The third is known for having modernized the French economy and reconstructed Paris on a grand scale. Even today, his influence is felt in the elaborate parks and gardens that still populate Paris. He died at the age of 64 in 1873. Charles Louis Napoleon Bonaparte III, born on this date in 1808. Bad dude, also born on this date. We're not going to celebrate his birthday, but I think it's important to remember, because there's always that discussion. If you could go back in time and you could prevent Hitler from being born, would you? I think most people would say yes. Adolf Hitler, born on this date in 1889, served as in the German army during World War I. After the war, he became the leader of the National Socialist German Works, or the Nazi Party. As leader, he attacked the Treaty of Versailles, promoted pan-Germanism, anti-Semitism, and anti-communism. His charismatic oratory, backed by Nazi propaganda, found a receptive audience in Germany during the Great Depression. Appointed chancellor in 1933, Hitler quickly consolidated power, appointing himself Führer in 1934. Soon turned Germany into totalitarian one-party dictatorship. Hitler and the Nazi regime were responsible for the killing of an estimated 19.3 million civilians and prisoners of war. In addition, 29 million soldiers and civilians died as a result of military action in the European theater of World War II. The number of civilians killed was unprecedented, and it constitutes the deadliest conflict in human history. Not celebrating his birthday, we are recognizing that a bad dude was born on this date, April the 20th. Let's get a better person, shall we? How about Jessica Lange? Yes, Jessica Lange, born on this date in 1949. Happy 71st birthday. She's won the Triple Crown of acting, by the way, winning 2 Academy Awards, 3 Primetime Emmys, and a Tony Award. She made her film debut, how about this, in The Paw of a Big Monkey, King Kong, the remake in 1976. She was in All That Jazz and Tootsie, American Horror Story. She's also a photographer with 4 published books of her photography, and she's a foster parent. Didn't know that. Jessica Lange celebrating her 71st birthday today. Happy birthday to Jessica. And happy birthday to you, and happy anniversary if it's one or the other. You know, you could always let us know about it here on the Wake Up Wenatchee Valley program, and we'll gladly pass that along to our viewing public. We're off to a chilly start in the Wenatchee Valley. 36 degrees outside our studios here in downtown Wenatchee, reaching for a high of 70 today with sunshine. Gorgeous weather until the weekend, maybe some rain coming a little bit later on. Still to come here on the morning edition, we're going to visit with Pat Quinn-Williams. She's the volunteer coordinator for the Walk MS, to benefit the Multiple Sclerosis Society. That's coming up this Saturday here in the Wenatchee Valley. We'll have her straight ahead as we continue with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on a Tuesday. Thanks for watching.
To achieve greatness once, it's not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. Introducing the next all-electric super truck. The revolutionary GMC Hummer EV SUV. Reserve one now while they last.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CVCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCW Life and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
One of the funnest and finest musical events in the Pacific Northwest is happening right here in the Chelan Valley. The Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival is back and better than ever. 4 days, 10 beautiful venues, 13 artists in 23 unique performances. Wine tasting, shopping, and food are also on the menu for this premier event. Get your tickets now for this amazing experience with net proceeds benefiting local charities. We'll see you at this year's Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, there's a lot of argument these days about capitalism and whether or not some people have too much money. Well, honestly, I have to agree. I think some people do have too much money, but also, honestly, who's to say who has too much and what too much is? You, me? Now, one truth is, to many people in third world countries, the average American, you and me, for example, we have too much money. We have more than enough food, little concerns about personal safety, and the lifestyle of most of us exceeds that of millionaires 100 years ago. So again, what's too much and who gets to say? Something to consider. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
When you think of Doghouse Motorsports, you might think of motorcycles, but there's a lot more in this house. How about Honda power equipment? From snowblowers to lawnmowers to generators and even water pumps, Honda is the brand that sets the standards. Perhaps you need an ATV or UTV. The Doghouse has the largest selection anywhere. Did we mention watercraft and snowmobiles? And of course, we have motorcycles too. Back it up with terrific customer service and you have Wenatchee's best motorsports store 5 years running. Isn't it time for you to be in the Doghouse?
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
Thanks for joining us for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Kuntz. And we have, I don't want to say an old friend of mine, but we're both older than when we started.
Yes.
Pat Quinn-Williams joining us, who is the volunteer coordinator for MS Walk Wenatchee. It's back, but it's different. It's been kind of ongoing, but
Yes.
the actual event, I mean, culminates this weekend, right?
Yes, everyone in the state, all the walks in the state are going to do their virtual walk. And I know my team is getting together, and I've encouraged other teams to come out and walk anytime they want during that day. And
Yeah, we've been used to the loop trail, and then now we've
Yes.
got to go back a couple years for the last time we actually were able to do that in person. That's still available for folks. Tell us how the whole thing is working this year.
Pretty much the same as always. You sign up and register, but one good thing about like this year and last year, you can have anyone in the country on your team. So if you have relatives or friends anywhere in the country, they can be on your team. They can walk wherever they want to walk and put their donations in on your team.
So we just keeping track on our system, basically. I've walked how many miles, that type of thing?
Right.
Or- Okay.
And that's what they would like you to send something in, and I'm not real good with technology, but I have some younger people on my team, and I'm going to have them take some video and hashtag it or whatever you do.
Yes. Hashtag MS Walk, I believe, is what you want to
Yes.
do. I mean, there has been benefits with this whole Giznology improvement with the web and things like that. It's allowed people to be able to fundraise too.
Correct.
And not have to go door to door and knock on doors to get people to donate.
And they have been really proactive that they would like you to do more social media, and when you sign up to be on a team or just you're going to walk yourself, they have a tab that's just social media that you can sign up for.
So we've been going with this. I think you guys had team event back in February, something like that, kind of get the ball rolling. There's been things online in that regard, but really MS Walk this Saturday.
This Saturday for everybody in the state.
Okay, so Is it too late, or can people still get involved?
You can still start. You can sign up the day of if you would like, and they're going to keep letting you turn in donations till June.
I should go back and not assume that everybody knows Pat or knows me, for that matter. We go back a long way from talking about this on the radio at KPQ days. Why did you get involved with the MS Walk?
I got involved because my husband has MS, and I wanted to figure out a way that I could help him and help get more people interested, because it is a disease that I know other people, we call it a silent disease. People don't wear it out on their chest. Hi, I have MS, guess what?
Yeah.
And because it's such a difficult disease to diagnose, that's part of the problem too. There's not set, I would say, diagnoses or set symptoms. Like if you have cancer or something, you have this, this, and this, boom, you have that. You could talk to 10 different people and they would have 10 different sets of symptoms. And that's what makes it so difficult. And it is an autoimmune disease, and there's other autoimmune diseases that are close and similar. So doctors a lot of times are doing okay, we think it might be this, try this. Well, okay, no, maybe it's this. And when the MRI came out, that helped make it more definitive in diagnosing.
I should mention this too, that my daughter Gracie, her grandma, Jeanette, is related to Rick's family, right? The Lancasters. Am I getting that right?
No.
Oh, I'm not getting that right.
Wrong family.
Okay.
That's
all right.
okay.
But the thing is that what I found with my daughter's grandmother is that there were 6 children and 4 had MS. And the rates of MS, it seems here in Eastern Washington, seem to be exponentially higher. I don't know if that's a truth or not, but it just seems like it's kind of crazy.
In Spokane, they claim that they're the second most endemic in the world, which is, I think Denmark is number 1. Mm-hmm. And again, it's the latitude, the Northern European descendants, and that's mostly, and like you were saying, the one family had 4 people. My husband had 4 people in his high school class in Spokane. He grew up in Spokane.
Mm-hmm. And of course, the research continues. You've been involved with the MS Walk now for 25 years.
I've been in charge for 25 years.
Well, yeah, longer than that.
Yes.
In that time, what have you seen? I mean, have we gotten better with not only just diagnosis, but treatment and things like that?
Yes. One thing that I think it was 93, they came out with the first drug called beta-seron. My husband was on that. That was a shot every other day. After about 15 years of doing the shots, they came up with a bunch of pill forms. And now they have about 18 different types of drugs, either pill form, infusion, or shot, that people, depending, not everybody can take a certain type of drug.
Right.
And my husband's been really lucky. The drug he is on, he's been on for 6 years. And the last 2 MRIs he's had, there's been absolutely no change.
That's fantastic.
It is. That's exactly what it's supposed to be doing.
Right. And that's the whole purpose of doing a walk like this and to raise funds, is to try to help with the research and to help find a cure for multiple sclerosis.
Right. And one thing, we're lucky here is in Seattle, they do so much MS research. So we're kind of on the front lines of it, which is really nice to know.
Now, Pat told me before we started the interview that this is, being a volunteer coordinator, this is your last go around?
Last year, I thought 25 was a good number to stop at.
Well, I should mention too that Pat is the leading fundraiser for the MS Wenatchee Walk.
Oh, I am. Okay, thank you.
I just looked at the website before we went on the air. Over $5,000 raised, which is fantastic. I see some other names in there that have been involved for a long time that are touched directly by the disease, if not themselves, obviously a family member. What is our future as far as MS is concerned? And I'm happy to hear the prognosis, at least for the time being, for your husband. But where are we going with this, do you think?
What's happening, and which is a good thing, is they're being able to diagnose sooner. They're finding now that there's teenagers that are being diagnosed with MS, that they're able to even do it starting younger than the 21. It used to always be 21 to 50 was the bed, and my husband was one of those that was diagnosed at 21.
And there's so many different things that lead doctors eventually to that diagnosis, and it's not the same all the way around.
Nope.
That's got to be the frustrating factor.
And that's what it is, and they're really trying to get it down to a certain number of symptoms, but like I said before, you get different people and everybody has something slightly different. But it seems like they're going more towards, let's start with MS and then eliminate it.
So obviously social media, Facebook, Twitter, all the different Instagram and everything else.
Yeah.
But if you just do a search of MS Walk Wenatchee, you'll find the local website. They have a real easy button. You can click to donate,
Yes.
or you can click to be a participant in the MS Walk. Again, Saturday. What time are we starting everything Saturday?
It's pretty much on your own,
Okay.
so you can show up whenever you want to. You can walk anywhere. You can walk around your block, and that'll be fine. You can walk on the loop trail.
And this is being together apart kind of a thing
Yes.
that we've learned how to do through our whole COVID existence. But of course, the hope too is that you share your experience and share your stories and share the success of getting together separately on Saturday and helping to support the Multiple Sclerosis Society through the local MS Walk here in Wenatchee. Pat, thank you so much for
Thanks, Eric.
all
Yeah.
you've done over the years.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll still be participating. But
Our young friend. There you go.
Yes,
Pat
thank you.
Quinn-Williams joining us here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll come back. By the way, we're lovely, and thanks for coming up to join us
It's
here. at
great
Omi
here.
Gardens. Yeah, we thought we'd take advantage of the opportunity to celebrate Omi Gardens opening as well. So spring has officially sprung. You know it when the MS Walk is happening. We'll come back with more on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley right after this.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill located at the beautiful Highlander Golf Course in East Wenatchee. Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner with dine-in or takeout options. Highlander Bar and Grill's friendly staff is here to serve you 7 days a week. Call for reservations Friday night prime rib dinner. Contact Chelan, Highlander Grill's site coordinator, to schedule your corporate event or special occasion today.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. Now you can fish like a pro without breaking the bank thanks to the Pro Mag aluminum fishing boat by Smokercraft. It features a great layout with a spacious bow casting platform, huge live wells, and in-floor storage to safely stow your gear. See the Smokercraft line of boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors, we're dealing. Bob File's gonna make you smile.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Just about 6 minutes left of the show here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for Tuesday, this 20th day of April 2021. Filling in for Dan Kuntz, I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks again to Pat Quinn-Williams for joining us here on the program yesterday. We'll talk more about that location in a second, but congratulations to Pat, by the way. She's raised, well, this is as of yesterday morning, $5,576 this year for the Walk MS Wenatchee. Patty Burke has raised over $3,000. Candy Johnson has raised over $2,500. That's just a little sampling of what's been done so far, even with a virtual walk this year. So hopefully you can join in on the fun that's coming up this Saturday with the Walk MS. I kept saying MS Walk. If you do a search for either, you're going to find the Wenatchee Walk as far as the MS is concerned this weekend. Yesterday was the day we headed up to Omi Gardens. Of course, they opened here last week on April 15th. And besides talking with Pat Quinn-Williams, we also got a chance to sit down with the director of the Omi Gardens. That's Jason Browning. We'll have that interview for you coming up tomorrow morning here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. So just a little tease on that one. As far as our weather is concerned, we'll talk about the forecast coming up. First, let's take a look at around the valley this morning. It is absolutely picture perfect. And again, hoo-hoo, mama. How about that? Wenatchee Valley, good morning. Thanks to our Sky-Fi wireless network provided by Localtel with our Valley View cameras this morning. This is the cross camera. So if you look up to the hillsides to the southwest of Wenatchee, or southeast of Wenatchee, I guess you should say, then you'll see the cross up on the hillside. This camera is not too far from that, and that gives us our lovely view of the Wenatchee Valley each and every morning, thanks to Sky-Fi Wireless Network. All right, to camera 2 will go. I don't know if Megan moved these around or not. Oh, she did. This is Aranda Rock. It's looking the other way at Turtle Rock in the foreground, kind of center of your screen, and then you can see the snow-capped hills of Mission Ridge off in the distance behind, but an absolutely splendid morning this morning, reaching for temperatures in the low 70s today. Camera 3 is going to take us to a little closer up view of Cashmere this morning. You can see just a little sliver of the Wenatchee River splitting the screen down in the lower left-hand corner. But good morning to Cashmere, and hello to our friends just a little east of us here in the Wenatchee Valley. And camera 4, I'm trying to remember, we were up in Chelan, I think, before, and this is another view of Chelan. This is another view of Wapato Point from a different camera. Okay, I see, I'm picking up what you're laying down there, Megan. This one is looking over from, which one? It's the same camera, okay. Oh, okay, just move to the right a little bit. Okay, gotcha. Lovely morning up at Lake Chelan, and good morning to Chelan and Manson and Wapato Point and Mill Bay Casino, and everybody's celebrating spring along with us here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Now the forecast, gorgeous week this week. Unfortunately, the weather's going to change by this coming weekend. As you see it there from the National Weather Service, sunny and 72 expected today, clear overnight tonight to low 43. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies, our warmest day of the week tomorrow. So if you maybe were thinking of a skip day? No, I'm not encouraging people to skip out on work or anything like that, but I mean, look at that, 78 for a high tomorrow with not much wind to speak of. 46 the overnight low on Wednesday night. Thursday, we're going to wake up to another beautiful sunsplash day, reach up to a high of 73, 44 the overnight low on Thursday night. Friday, we're going to have mostly sunny skies for the first part of the day, and then later on, some winds are going to usher in some clouds, and we're going to see a chance of rain developing towards Friday night. Sunny and 70 for the high on Friday. There you see it, 40% chance of rain on Saturday with mostly cloudy skies and 63 degrees, so quite a bit cooler. Also some gusty winds expected this weekend. Sunday's forecast, cloudy, 30% chance of rain with a high of 65. Those clouds will linger into Monday morning, and then by Monday afternoon, we'll probably dry up with sunny skies, but still about a 30% chance of rain coming up on Monday. So not good if you're Jeremy Anderson planning a big race weekend this weekend at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. We'll just keep our fingers crossed that the rain kind of stays away around race time, starting about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. By the way, get tickets for the racing this weekend. They've got racing on Saturday and on Sunday. You can go to WVSO.com for your tickets. And that's the only place to buy them, by the way, is online with a 25% capacity limitation by COVID-19 restrictions here in the state of Washington. They sold out last weekend. I'm sure they're going to sell out quickly this weekend if they have not already. Currently in the Wenatchee Valley, we're at 41 degrees, so it's warmed up a little bit with that sun rising just a tad more. Again, be sure and join us for the latest evening news tonight. Grant Olson and I will team up for that. That'll be at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock on the NCW Life Channel. And then I'll be back filling in for Dan again tomorrow morning here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, bright and early at 7 o'clock. Have a happy Tuesday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.